friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today I'm going to be talking about my application that I created, and I will be showing you all the steps that I have followed in this application and the demo of this application also, that how I created it. So it took me about like 2 or 3 months that I created this application in Golang. And basically this application is a budget planning application in which you will be giving the amount of the budget relevant to different categories, and once you set the categories, then you can spend that amount through to any for any category that you want to, right? And the amount that will be paid, it will be paid through the Ethereum, not in the traditional wallet, because one of the reason is that the integration part of the big payment methods like Stripe or PayPal, all of these big payment gateways were not working in my country. So this is the reason that I decided why not to integrate it with blockchain. So I integrated it with the Ethereum, and I will be showing you the demo of it also, that how I will send the money. And this will be the what you can say, the fake money or the faucet, if you are aware of this. This is a Sepolia faucet that will be sent through different wallets. And once this is sent, then after that you will see that the amount will be received, and the amount will also be subtracted from the budget. So yeah, this is the overall of the application overview, that how this application behaves and how this application manages your budget, the budget categories, and the total amount that you will set in it. So let's go to the screen and I will show you there. So as you can see here, that I'm present in my what you can say flow application, in which this is the overall structure of the application and how you can execute it. So I'll be executing this application in front of you. So basically this is the root file of it, in which the first of all the command and the instruction of this application is present, that it is a budget planning application designed to empower users with ability to track, analyze, and optimize their spending habits and financial goals. So basically this is the application that is not created in GUI. Instead, I created in the CLI by using the Cobra framework in Golang. So the initial things that you need to keep in mind in order to execute this application is to, first of all, you have to install the PostgreSQL, because I have used the PostgreSQL in my what you can say in my this application. You also need to install the Golang, and you also need to install the Cobra framework of the Golang. So these are some of the initial things that you need to do, and some of the other commands also that I will be giving to you in the description below. So those commands, if the Golang and the Cobra library is not working for you after installing it, you can execute these commands also in order to work that Cobra framework for you, specifically for this application. So these are basically the commands that you need to save in the bashrc file in order to execute this Cobra framework. So yeah, I will give all these links in the description. So let's take a look at, first of all, the overall architecture and this structure of this, and then I will go to the execution part. So as you can see here, that this is the file. These are some files, and inside these files, as you can see, this is the CMD file. Basically this is the entry point, or the through which the commands will be entered. Like this is the entry point for the budget and the handlers and sub handlers. Like the user will enter any kind of, if the user wants to create a budget, get the budget, handle the what you can say, remove the budget, update the budget, view the budget. These are all the commands that is basically used in order to deal with the budgets. They are the entry points. And similarly, let's go to this init. This is the initial, these are the initial commands that you need to do, because without these initial commands, you won't be able to execute this flow application. So I'll be showing you what does it mean. Basically, you need to execute these commands in order to create the what you can say, username, Gmail account, app password, that is basically your Gmail app password, DB host, DB port, DB user password, DB name, and SSL method, and other details also that I will be including also, like the private key and the blockchain, all blockchain key that you need to write it here in the command. and then this command will be saved in the env file. So this will env file will be kept secret, but just for your use case it will be available for you. Now the next command is spending, that the spending initial commands, that how if you want to send the spend the what you can say, if you want to check the history of the spending, if you want to remove the spending amount, if you want to show the spending amount, that how it is show, whether it is showing me or not. And these are some of the main details of the command, that if you spend that on different categories, like if you spend that amount on the category to the recipient address, then this will be executed through here. So now let's take a look at the total amount. First of all, you need to also set the total amount, that what is the total amount, and once the total amount is set, then you need to figure out that what is the budget amount. Let's say if you have spent if you have set the total amount $800, then for $800, after that $400 will be for category 1 and $400 for the category 2. So yeah, it will be allocated in the budget, but first of all you need to set up the total amount, and these are all the initial points, that if you want to update the total amount, remove the total amount, or all these things, right? These are some of the common files, like how you can convert the integer into string and string into integer, and yeah. And after that, this is the docs. If you are not aware of the structure of the application, that how it works, then I have given all the overall structure of the application, that how it works and what are the files and what each of this file is doing. As you can see here, that all of the files and the detail of this file is given here, so you can check them, that what each of the file is doing. And after that, these are some of the commands. You can take a look at this. This is the documentation part, in which I will be showing you all the commands that you need to execute in order to understand that how this flow application will work. Like if you want to check the budget, if you want to what you can say, check the spending, or if you want to go for the total amount, and all these things will be executed, and with the examples also. So yeah, this is the documentation part. This is an important part for the beginners also who want to understand this project. These are the entities part, basically in which the entities will be present. These are the main points. Through these entities, all the databases, all the entry points will be executed. Now the next part is the framework, in which the what you can say, email is basically the email functionality is working, in which you will, if the amount is spent above the budget limit, then it will send you the email that hey, you have spent above the budget limit. Similarly, the database like what you can say, the connection, the database, alert DB, total amount, and all these details will be saved here. And the blockchain, what you can see, the blockchain allocation of the funds, like from the one account to another account, it will be stored here, and I have used the functionality for it. So now let's take a look at what you can say. Let's close this. Now let's take a look at the handler, in which this will be dealing with the interfaces. And if you are not aware of the interfaces, this is an important part in Golang, especially if you want to avoid the import cycles. These are the interfaces that you need to deal with, right? So make sure to watch this watch the interfaces video, because this is an important part. I'm not going to show you, but this is just the interface part. And these are the use cases in which it will handle the business logic of the applications, that how the alert will behave or how the budget will behave. These are the entry points, but these are the business logic, that if the request is sent from the budget, that how it will behave. These are the points that is basically be handling in the use cases. Similarly for the middleware, in which the what you can say, environment variable will be loaded, and after that, once it is loaded, the data will be get from the environment variables, and then it will be used in these use cases. And right, so yeah. And after that, this is the Docker ignore, just like the git ignore, in which it will ignore all the important files that contains the credentials. These are some of the code of conducts and contributing guides that you can take a look at. And these are the Docker compose file. So basically, I have created this Docker file in which you can run a container, and after that I have created two containers. One is for the application and another one is for the Postgres SQL. So yeah, these are the two containers that will be running. One will be dealing with the application and one will be dealing with the Postgres SQL that you will be executing. So now the overall thing is the main that will be executed, this readme file that you can read it. So yeah, I hope you understood, and you can check this out. If I go here, you can see here, this is my GitHub account, and inside this GitHub account, you can see here, this is the link of it. And on the same page, you can see here, this is the flow application. If I go here, you will see that this is the overall application that is present here, and this contains the installation process, the Docker, Golang, PostgreSQL. This is the first thing that you need, right? So how you can install this. And now the initial steps that you need to do is to first of all init and then set the budget or the total amount. But first of all, you need to initialize the application by giving some of the credentials. So these credentials will be saved in the environment variables. So let's take a look at them. So I have already saved all of these details in the environment variables, but I'm not going to show you. But just for the execution purpose, I'm just going to show that if I write, let's say first of all go install, and it will take me some time. Let's write flow. Let's increase the size of it so that you can better understand it. Flow. And once this is done, let's take a look at help. You can see that these are some of the commands like the budget, completion, help, init, spend. And as you can see here, this is the initialization of the flow application. So this is the command that I need to execute. So flow init, help. So now you can see here that these are some of the commands that you need to put. Like if I write flow init app for the app password, that could be the Gmail app password. If you are not aware of, then you can simply go to this link in order to understand this. After that, the DB host, in order to give the DB host, that PostgreSQL, that could be the local host or any DB host that you want to, relevant to Postgres. After that, the DB name, the DB password, the DB port, and the DB user. And after that, once you do this, let's give the Gmail address, any Gmail address that you want to send the email to. Like if it will send you the alert notification to this email address. So you need to set this, and you also need to set the app password for the same Gmail address. That will basically be identified that, hey, I need to send this email address to this app password, and to this Gmail address that has this app password. You also need to set the SSL mode, that could be disabled or enabled, it's your choice. And you also need to write the username, that what you want to. It could be your usual username, just like user or hobby or habit or 123, any kind of username that you want to. So yeah, this is the overall infrastructure. That first write flow init, then write help command, and once the help command is executed, you need to insert all of these values. And after inserting all of these values, if we press enter on this, it will insert all of the data here in the environment variables. This is done. Now the next step that I'm going to show you is to move here what you can say into the total amount. So let's first of all go to the PostgreSQL, because I have already saved the data here. So I'm going to delete it in the Postgres PSQL. Let's give the password here. Now the Postgres is connect with the flow application. You also need to create the flow application if you don't have. So yeah, this is the flow database that you need to create, like create database flow. But I have already created it, so you don't need to create it. So once you have created this flow, then you need to connect it with the flow application. And once this is done, you need to just write, let's say /td. So these are some of the tables that I have created. So drop table budget, similarly drop table history, what you can say, drop table total amount, and drop table total amount categories. So these are all the what you can say, these are all the commands data tables that I have created. Now let's start from the beginning. So let's write total amount, flow total amount. If I show you again, this is the init command that I executed just for the demonstration purpose, although I have executed previously. Now the next command is the total amount, right? So flow total amount H. You can see here that here inside it there are further sub commands also, that whether you want to add the total amount, remove it, check, handle the status, update it, or view it. So I will just click on this total amount add, total amount add, and inside its H you can see here that amount, category, and label. I need to insert these three things. So flow total amount, let's increase the size of it. Now it will be better for you to understand, right? Flow total amount, and the next thing is the add, and the add after that add some of these flags like amount. So let's set the amount like 800. These are the dollars, right? So you need to keep this in mind. The amount will be in dollars, because once the user pay the amount or spend the amount through the blockchain, the amount will be converted from the dollars to the Ethereum, right? So yeah, this is the important point. Now the next thing is the category. For which category you want to set this total amount. So you can add total further amounts also. So I'm just going to add the first category like this one, and add give the label like first category like this. So now you can see here the total amount is successfully inserted. So if I show you here, let's increase this, decrease the size of it. Now it will be work fine. Now let's write flow, what you can say, total amount view, and inside this view you can see here amount. There are two options, view amount. You can see here that this is the total amount that is present here. Spent is nothing, remaining is nothing. Currently the status is inactive. So now let's take a look at the categories. Currently there is one category, that is the first category, and inside this is the label of it. So let's say if I want to add another category, this time I won't enter the amount. Instead I will just write flow total amount add. This time it will be not the amount, instead it will be the category for C, like second. Label is going to be second category. So yeah, this is going to work. Let's take a look at the categories. You can see here this is working fine, flow total amount with categories. But if I go at the amount, you will see the total amount is 800. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is to work on the budget, like 400 for the category first, 400 for the category second. So let's take a look at the flow budget H. H is going to show the what you can say the budget, and now you can see here that this is the create budget, get budget, remove, update, and all of these things. But I'm going to create it. So flow budget. So let's increase the size of it. Flow budget, create, and now let's take a look at the H. Now you can see here that it is giving me the amount and the category. So I need to set the amount for the category. Flow budget, create, amount is $400 for the first category, right? And now you can see here the budget is successfully inserted. So similarly I will insert the 400 amount for the second category also. Now let's clear this, and this time if I write flow budget view, you will see that this is the category first and second. This is the amount 400. You can see here 400, 400, and this is the spent amount. These are the remaining amounts. Currently remaining amount is 400, 400, because the spent amount is 0. So once the amount is spent, then it will reduce from here. So yeah, this is the budget amount, right? So flow budget view, flow budget create, and if you want to, you can execute other commands also, like if you want to update it, or if you want to set the alert notification for this. I will show you the alert notification for this also, but first of all, let's go to the alert notification. Let's take a look at this. Flow budget alert H. So basically flow budget alert means that it needs to set the alert notification, and once you set the alert notification, that at which time the notification should be sent, it will send you that notification at that time. So yeah, so flow budget alert, what you can say, setup. So this time it could be set up. Now let's write H. You can see here these are some of the details that I need to set up. So first let's take a look at the run the command, and this time I will write C for the category. So the category is first. Let's take a look at the first category that I'm going to be sending the alert notification for, right? So day is going to be like what you can say 28, right? And after that, frequency is going to be, let's say, hourly. I'm not going to send it this on daily basis. I'm just going to send it hourly. And now let's take a look at the hour. So hour is going to be like what you can say 7. And this is the details that you can remove. If you want to insert them, you can also insert them, but if you want to skip them, you can also skip. Basically, these are the details that are required for the daily, weekly or monthly basis. For the hourly, it is only requiring the it is not requiring these kind of details, right? But I'm going to insert all of them. So hourly, a method is going to be the email or the CLI. So I will send the email because I want to get the alert notifications through the email. And once the alert method is done, let's take a look. Sorry, let's check the this is the flag. And after that, minutes is going to be, let's say, 30, and weekday is going to be, let's say, Friday. Right, so let's check this again. First category D28, hourly, frequency hourly, hour, method, minutes, weekday, Friday. So it is giving me the what you can say error. Let's set the alert notification. I don't know why it is giving me this kind of error. So let's clear this, again run this, whether I'm missing something or not. C, D, F, H, not H, O. So O for the hour. I need to set up the hour also. Like hour is going to be O, not H. So now you can see here that alert is set for the first category. So O is basically representing the hour and H is representing the help. So yeah. So if I show you the alert data like flow, budget, alert, view, you will see that this is the first category that is basically sending the alert notification if the budget limit is spent above it. So let's take a look at this. Flow, budget, view. Now let's take a look at the, what you can say, let's spend it. So the next step, I have set up the total amount, I have set up the budget, I have set up the alert notification method also. Now the next step is to spend the amount. So let's say flow, spend, what you can say, H. Now you can see here that this is giving me the data that you need to set up the amount, you need to set up the category, you need to set up the recipient address also. So what is the recipient address? So basically the recipient address is the blockchain address or the Ethereum wallet address that you need to put it so that the money will be spent there. The money will go there and then it will be subtracted from here. So the first thing that I need to do is to first of all flow total amount update status active, because once the status is inactive it won't be able it won't allow me to spend the amount. Now it is activated, so now I can spend the amount. So there are some details that I need to put, like the first one is, let's say what you can say, let's say amount. So the amount, let's say $10, and category, I have told you the category is going to be the first category because alert notification is set for there. So the alert notification will only send if the $10 is if the amount is above the $400, because now if the amount is below the $400 then it won't send me the notification. Instead, if the amount is above the $400, that's the budget limitation, then it will send me the notification. So now let's take a look at the recipient address. So the recipient address is a little bit big, so I will copy this and I will get back to you. Now you can see here that this is the flow total amount, this is the amount, this is the category, and this is the recipient address. So this is the recipient address of the Sepolia Ethereum, that is basically the test network. And once you enter this test network, after that the amount will be sent from your Sepolia Ethereum wallet to another Sepolia Ethereum wallet. This is the thing that you need to keep in mind. Basically, there will be only one network. Basically, the functionality that I have put it is like this, that there will be only one network, that is the Sepolia Ethereum network or Ethereum main network. The network should be the same. Like, it won't go from the Ethereum main network to the Sepolia Ethereum test network. Instead, it will go from a Sepolia Ethereum test network to another Sepolia Ethereum test network. So yeah, the network should be the same. It should not be the different. I have not put another kind of functionality in order to send the amount to different test network or to different main networks. This is just for the demonstration purpose. So yeah, if you are not aware of, here you can see that, let's go to the Ethereum wallet. This is my Ethereum wallet, and inside this wallet, this is the Sepolia Ethereum that I have got some of the Ethereums, like these are some of the fake or the test Ethereum wallet ETHs that you can also get through. I will be linking the some of the resources through which you can get the free Sepolia Ethereum for free, right? So once you take the once you once you have some kind of Ethereum in your network, in your test network, then the next thing that you need to do is to execute this command. But before executing this command, one thing that I need to tell you, and that is basically to you need to set up the, first of all, the private, you need to get the private address of your Ethereum wallet, number one. And you also need to get the Alchemy URL API, that you can get it from the Alchemy website, that I will be giving the link of it in the description below. So these two are the things that you need to take. The first one is basically the private address that you can take from here in the MetaMask. And the second thing is the Alchemy URL, that you can take it for the Ethereum, Sepolia Ethereum, right? So not the mainnet Ethereum, but the Sepolia Ethereum. So yeah, these are the two details that you need to take. And if you are not aware of, I will link all of these resources in the description so that you can check them out. So let's take a look. Once these are the details that are present, you can put those details in the .env file, and I will be working on the command so that you can put these details in the flow init command directly, right? So once you enter these commands, the next thing is to enter this. So it is giving me the error that the amount is, the flag is unknown. So why this flag is unknown? So I need to spend like flow spend like this, not total amount, instead flow spend. Now you can see that this is taking some time in order to send the Sepolia from one Sepolia test network to another Sepolia test network. If I show you, you can see here 2946. If I refresh this time, I will be, you can see here the $10 are subtracted from it. And similarly, if I go to here, like this is my another Sepolia that is basically present in the here in my mobile wallet. So let's take a look at this. It will take me some time, but basically what it does, it has subtracted this amount from here to another wallet. So let's take a look at the command flow to budget amount. So let's clear this first of all, right? So flow budget amount, flow budget view. You can see here the $10 are spent and the remaining dollar are 390. So similarly, here is the remaining total amount. So let's say similarly, if I go to total amount flow, total amount view, amount, you will see that $1 is spent from 800, and this is the remaining $790. So yeah, I hope you understood that how it will deduct the money and how the money will be transferred from one MetaMask wallet to another MetaMask wallet. And yeah, I know that you have some kind of confusion that how you can set the how you can set up the Alchemy URL and the private IP address. So a private address of the MetaMask. So you can simply go to the MetaMask, search for the private address, and you can find there, and you can simply paste it here inside the .env file, but you don't need to paste it. Instead, I will insert this command here, like flow init h. Currently, you can see there is no command for Alchemy or private address, but I will include this command here so that you can directly insert the command here, and you don't need to insert the command manually in the .env. Once you enter the private address, you also need to make sure that the Alchemy URL API is also inserted, and that API is relevant to the Ethereum Sepolia test network, not the Ethereum main network, but the Ethereum Sepolia test network. These are the two commands that you also need to insert that. And yeah, these are the overall details that how you can take a look. Another thing that I have forgotten is that spend history. Like once you spend the history, once you spend any kind of amount, then what you can say, then it will also show you the history. Like, so this is the spend history. You can see here, this is the amount, this is the date, time, this is the category, this is the amount, this is the Ethereum, this is the address. To this recipient address, the amount is set to. So yeah, I hope you understood that how it is working. So yeah, this will show you the overall history of it also, and you can also work on this. You can execute this Docker compose file. That instruction of this command is present here. Like you can simply take a look at this. Like here, you can see here. Yeah, this is the Docker execute command, that how you can execute it and how you can initialize it. So yeah, overall the details are present here. You don't need to worry about this. If you have any questions, then ask me. I will be happy to answer all of these details to you. And you can also go here and simply take a look at this and fork it and use it for your own. This project is completed now. And if you want to, another thing is that I'm not forcing you. If you want to, you can simply click on this and you can sponsor me for this project, like any amount, $5, $10, any amount that you want to. So yeah, this is the overall overview and the project demo that I have shown you, and I have been working for this application like about 2 or 3 months. I have learned a lot, and this is the overall CLI application, that how you can manage your budget. You can use it on your purposes also if you want to, and you can read the documentation and all of these details. So I hope you like it. So if you liked it, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.